Hi everyone, Craig Ball here. Hope you're well. Today we're going to talk about the challenge of job insecurities. Now, this can come about as a result of organisational restructure, economic downturns, or even temporary contracts. And in fact, one case that could also be the situation for you is if you work in an environment that constantly culls people. End of a project, bang, they lose a heap of staff. That can be something that will happen as well. I've experienced it and it's not nice. So if you're going through that, I know where you are. These are also made worse. These might be the triggers, but it's made much worse by, as you know, our irrational beliefs that we form around them. Now, they might include feelings such as, if I don't have absolute certainty, then I just can't function. If I lose my job, it'll be terrible and I won't be able to recover from it. Or I have to constantly prove my worth in order to keep myself from winding up on the chopping block. The impacts of these feelings or these irrational beliefs can be anxiety, hypervigilance, or overworking. And look, whilst anxiety is pretty natural, and hypervigilance can be pretty crazy, and as a veteran, I'm quite quite familiar with both of those. Overworking can also be a big challenge and could be a result of either of those two feelings that you might find yourself having. Now, if we go back to our three questions of, is it true? Does it logically follow, and is it helping? And apply these, you can start to take some of that negative energy out and actually de-stress yourself and start to think about what the reality actually is. If you do lose your job, well, is it true that if you do lose your job, you won't be able to recover? Well, it'll be a challenge. You might struggle for a bit, but you'll get another job, especially if you get out there and try before the unfortunate reality comes to you. If you don't constantly prove your worth, well, sometimes people who constantly busting their hump and doing everything they can lose their jobs anyway. So it may not be the truth. Is it helping to feel this way? No, because your health's going to suffer, okay? Because you're feeding into the irrational belief and the anxiety that's attached to it. And lastly, is it helping to be this way? Well, if your health's suffering, no. Is it true that your certainty, that you need that certainty? Well, that certainty unfortunately doesn't exist. Another great tip to bring down your anxiety is to get a quiet space, and in your mind's eye, or you're just in your mind or out loud, just in a private space where people may not be able to hear you, say to yourself when feeling extreme anxiety, concern, concern, concern. And it'll reduce that stress because you're replacing an unhealthy negative emotion with a healthy, manageable one. Once you get to that state, and you can feel yourself, your space, you feel that energy go down, just say, what do I have to be anxious about? Okay? And that'll give you that space to be able to think rationally about that and maybe answer those questions that I asked then. Parasympathetic nervous system needs to be engaged in order to help you deal with hypervigilance because you're high in your sympathetic nervous system. So things like yin yoga, a 3-minute hold, or maybe longer sometimes for poses, can help the body to respond differently to help reduce and bring that down. I hope those tips help. Send your comments in the below and share anything experiences that you may have had in regard to this. It's a challenging one. I look forward to speaking to you soon.